Hello,
Hi.
I am Chelsea Cohey with Poss Realty. You might know me from the Living Raven website. I am your typical tour guide for all the people, places, and experiences that Raven County has to offer. What we're doing today, though, is a little different. We are going to do some info series, some Q&As regarding the real estate industry, and some people that are involved in this industry. We're going to try to keep these videos short and sweet and to the point, but also to give you guys watching some information in case you've ever thought about buying or selling a house. So today we're here with Diana Davidson. You may know her from home inspections. Her husband Chris does a lot of home inspections up here. Diana has been deep in the community with lots of locals and related to a lot of them. So Diana, tell us who you are.
I'm Diana Davidson. I'm married to the home inspector, Chris Davidson. We own Davidson Inspection Services. And we joke that he is the inspector and I am the face of the company.
100%.
Do I?
100% true.
Yes. I'm the one you're going to talk to. I'm the one that's going to show up to the meetings, do the marketing, that sort of thing. So, and do Zooms.
Yes, perfect. Okay, but today we're actually not going to talk about home inspections. We are going to talk about Radon.
Yes.
So
I'm also the face of the Radon.
Yes. Tell us how you, tell us what your involvement is with Radon.
Okay, so my side of this, so a radon test, we try to keep them separate from the home inspections, and that where the home inspection takes that day, radon the radon tests take 48 hours. So so while Chris is out inspecting, I go set up the radon test. I take care of the readings. Basically, I'm the radon tester from start to finish. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us what radon is.
So radon is a natural odorless clear gas. You know, you're not going to see it. You're not going to smell it, but it is everywhere. So radon comes from basically rocks in the ground, radium. There are a couple of others, but as those rocks crack, it emits radon gas. So the radon comes up through the ground and it comes straight into your house. Radon is everywhere. It's in the air that we're breathing right now. I'm breathing it as I'm sitting out here. It's just not in large doses in the environment. It's in all houses, but all houses are going to have a little. Some are going to have a lot.
Okay. So why should buyers and sellers consider getting a radon test?
So again, radon is in your house at some level. Radon, so the EPA now has found that radon can cause health issues in perfectly healthy people. The biggest of those is lung cancer in non-smokers, or and people who are not around smokers, including secondhand smoke. That's the biggest issue with radon. There are other health concerns that radon gas does cause.
Right.
So that's why you want to ensure you do not go above the level of radon that is recommended by EPA.
Okay. What would your ideal space like? So how do you test for radon? Obviously you do it inside the house?
We do it inside the house.
Okay.
We have a radon test system. The ideal situation is an unoccupied home on a basement.
Okay, you do the test in the basement?
Yes, we prefer to test in the basement.
Okay.
No matter where we test, we're going to require that location be closed off for the entire 48 hours of testing. No one, for any reason whatsoever. And if there is a situation where it has been, a door has been opened, a window has been opened, we're going to we're going to start all over again, because that is not going to give you an accurate rating. But that's best case scenario.
Okay.
In the event that it is an occupied home on a basement, again, we're just going to require that those occupants do not open that basement door. Inside the house, outside the house, just leave the space alone completely.
Okay.
If it is a home on a crawl space,
that was my next question.
Home on a crawl space, unoccupied, we're going to pick an interior room that can be closed off.
Okay.
This is not always the case, especially with some of like the smaller cabins.
Yeah.
We have so many of those in our area.
Yes.
In that event, we're going to pick a location that hopefully does not have a window that we can close off, whether it's interior or not, because that will get us the highest rating.
Okay. Even like a closet?
Yes, okay. Even a closet, as long as it has a door.
Sure.
If it is an occupied space, then we'll test what we can at that point. Hopefully, we typically do not have issues with obtaining a space that we can say, hey, please do not enter this space for the 48 hours that the test is going.
Right.
But in some situations, you don't know, if it's a window area, if it's a corner room with windows on each wall, you just don't know if you're getting the highest rating possible. So.
Okay, so once you get your results back, what does a bad radon test look like?
Okay, so the EPA level that specifically states, this is where we need to look into mitigation, is 4. So it's 4 PSIL. I would try to
it's okay.
pronounce that, but I'm not. So at or above 4, definitely above 4, but at 4, I'm going to go ahead and recommend you look into mitigation.
Okay. And what does, I know you don't specifically do that, but what does that sort of look like?
Okay, so mitigation it's funny how simple it is.
Yeah.
So what happens, basically they come in and it's an exhaust fan in a pipe, basically. What you're going to see is, depending on the size of the house, this is going to depend on the size of the piping and fan, but basically it looks like PVC with an exhaust fan in it, and it just is taking that radon out and sending it right back outside your home.
Perfect. So if in my house now, like I'm not thinking about selling it, I don't plan on listing it, is there anything I can do currently to maybe, prevent radon in the future, or to maybe get rid of what I have now? Like, is there anything that I can do as a homeowner to protect myself from that?
So radon is going to build up in enclosed rooms. For instance, say you have a finished basement you do not use very often,
right?
Especially in my basement, for instance. So our basement is finished and we do use that. When we did our first initial radon test, we did it in an enclosed utility room that's under the stairs that holds all of the electrical components of the house. Yes. And but it is unfinished. It is completely underground.
Okay.
That room came back at 8.35.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So clearly we mitigate. However, if I test it in the hallway directly across from the door to that room, it tests at 2.25.
Oh, perfect.
So, the more open you keep your home, the more the less radon you're going to have up in that space. You are always going to have some level of radon in your home.
Sure.
Always. But open spaces, with it getting nicer, airing everything out, that will lessen the level of radon you have in your house.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Did we miss anything about radon? That's just like, basic level stuff. I feel like I know it.
I'm gonna say, let me just throw it out there. If you've never had your house tested for radon,
yeah,
it's a good idea. Mitigation is not that, mitigation prices just keep dropping. It's not a bad idea just to look into it. A lot of us are sitting on rock up here.
Yeah.
That's just, that's just how it is. I tell everyone, it's just a good idea just to check. You don't know what you're sitting on. So yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for giving us some info about radon. How can they get in touch with you? And anybody can get a radon test, right?
Absolutely. You do not have to. And that I've had this question. So no, you do not have to have an inspection to be able to get a radon test.
You don't have to be selling your house to get one either.
No, you can be living in that house for the last 15 years, like I have. And we will come out and do a radon test. Radon 15 years ago, just no one really talked about it. So it's become more and more prevalent. So yeah, you can call me at 706-499-6424. That's my direct number, and we'll get you set up.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for meeting with us today, Diana. And
Thank
you
you
for all the info on radon. And we will hopefully see you again soon.
Thank you, dear.